Hey, welcome. Good afternoon, Waycross family. This is a quick weather update. Hopefully, you've been watching all our posts as well as the county posts and weather management posts about the incoming storm. It's been kind of headed this way for the last few days. The goal today is simply to just kind of update you on some of the things that we're doing and make a few requests of you, citizens, as storm passes through. Now, hopefully, the storm will just kind of come through. It is moving quite fast, but as we learned in the past, it potentially could sit and stop and sit on top of us and cause those flash floods that we had last year. I think around the same time frame, to be honest with you. I made a few posts last week and the week before just talking about our drainage, and I'm gonna kind of start there, and then just pointing out other cities because not to deflect on what we're doing or what we're not doing. I just wanted everybody to know this is a nationwide issue, and the storm systems are changing, so they're coming more frequently, and it's depositing more water in our river systems, and that water simply can't get out. So it's really causing havoc right now across the country. I've actually have a few friends. Had a friend back home get killed yesterday during the floodings in Columbus. So anyway, I want to come on today and just say a few words. I did do a post on the city manager's page to kind of outline a few things that we're doing and a few requests for you. I'm gonna kind of read this verbatim from that post, and I'll take any questions or comments or suggestions that you might have, and then we're gonna sign off. It's not meant to be a long live stream today. Just want to make sure everybody's informed what's going on. Everybody is safe. So for everybody, what we're doing right now, for storm prep, we do come focus on the drains, the drainage, the culverts, all those things. But today, we really had to focus on the open pavement road because we have 4 major construction projects going on where the road is exposed right now. Well, not the road is exposed. The road is open and the plumbing utilities underneath are exposed. So right now, what we're trying to do is to try to close those in so the waters get down and make those issues worse. Alongside of clearing the canals, and you probably saw by the daily report today that we were in zone 3. So zone 4 and zone 3 is where most of the canal resides. We clean those areas up. And then we directed our other forces to kind of come here by in that zone, particularly zone 3 today, and then hit all our drainage areas, making our way back towards the river point. So we got all forces kind of doing that. That means that we're not cutting grass today. We're not doing some of the tree maintenance or anything like that. We're focusing straight on drainage today and canal maintenance, and then fixing those areas of infrastructure that are exposed right now. So that's what you're going to see. So with that being said, based off of last year's time frame, we know potentially a flash flood could happen. So I want to just make a few points about that. So we know that the downtown area is the lowest area in Waycross, particularly down here on Mary Street, between Mary Street and I would think Albany Avenue. So I'm asking you today is if you have a car park down there, especially those business owners, go ahead and move your cars to high ground. I would recommend you do that right now if you can. Move your cars, your parked cars to other locations to avoid any potential flooding down that area. Additionally, if you're a business owner in the downtown area, I would ask that you might potentially close early, especially if you're down that zone or anywhere downtown, because it's going to be hard to get out if those areas are to flood. Now, I'm hoping right now they don't flood, but of course, we want to be prepared, so we'll just let everybody know. Another area I'm asking everybody to kind of avoid if you can, Memorial Highway. You know where Walmart is, kind of in front of that last time the area flooded as well. That's due to many reasons and factors, but for right now, I'm just asking you just to avoid the area if you can. I know you might want to go out right now and get some supplies. The rain shouldn't be here more than a couple of hours, but because how their Tammy Pond is set up and their drainage and the drainage alongside Memorial Highway, it can get flooded there real easy and real quickly if the rain sits on top of it for too long. So again, please avoid that area all the way up to probably the intersection there with Silly Boulevard, just because it can be potential flooding. With that note, I'm asking all citizens, if you see, if you're driving down the highway, streets and roads, and you can't see the road or the curb, I would just request you not try to drive through those areas. It only takes a few inches of water to make your vehicle impassable. Your vehicle cut off. So please don't drive through it thinking you can get through there, because you can't. If you learned that last year, it only takes about 4 inches of water to disable most vehicles. So, and then you get stuck in the area, and it's hard to get you out of there. So you can avoid those low-lying areas or puddles of water. Please avoid those as well. That allows public works, police, and fire to really focus on everything else. So a few other things, we had a lot of animals that were caught in the storm and the flood last year. So if you have animals, dogs and cats, please bring them in during the storm right now, because we just never know. That's really it on what I want to kind of mention to our citizens. Like I said, we've done a lot of storm prep already today and yesterday in preparation for potential flood weathers. But I will say this is for clarity again. If you've been following some of my posts, the river is an historic height right now. It never remains this high this long. And we know this because of all the flooding that happened up north above us. All that water is coming down now, and it's going to impact the ability for our water to get into the river. So that's always going to be a factor. And I just want everyone to kind of understand that. It's not necessarily that the canals are not doing their job or doing their job or what all. The water's getting through. It just has to have somewhere to get out. And right now, with the river so high, it's going to be hard for it to get out, even today. So we're trying to do the best we can as far as preparation. But that's just part of the the real truth about why the water sometimes doesn't get out or drain as fast as you might have wanted to. There will be some high winds today too. I didn't mention that in my post. But if you got anything that can blow on the way, please tie it down. Again, any animals outside, please pull them in. Don't leave them tied up outside. If you got tarps in your homes right now, the potentially those are going to blow away if you don't have them tied in. And tarps are hard to come by this time of year. So I probably recommend pulling them down right now, because the storm should pass through, and then putting them back up immediately, or find another way to hold them over top of your roofs. If not, they're going to blow away. If you got anything else out there, business owners, if you have those flag signs, stuff of that nature, please go ahead and tie that down or pull it out for this time being until the storm passes, because we don't want those items to get in the street and get in the way of our public works, fire, and emergency services. So that's really about it. Like I said, we've done the prep work as far as the storm prep and the drainage as best we could. Again, our main problem is going to be the water getting to the river or getting into the river. And then it also depends how long the storm passes over. Like I said, I'm hoping that it just kind of passes through and doesn't sit on top of us like it has done in the past. But if so, we do have Public Works out ready to do whatever they can do to mitigate those significant places in our city where the water sets the longest. So I stay on here for any questions. For a few minutes, but like I said, if you can get off now, I know some businesses are closing a little bit early today to avoid the storm. If you don't have to be out in the storm today or driving around in the water, please don't. Please go to your homes. If you have a home in one of those areas that's has potential flooding, please utilize your sandbags if you have them. They really work in these scenarios where the rain is only a short time. And again, if you see our public works out and about, police and fire, please do not impede them. Allow them to do their job. If you got questions or concerns, please use the app. If you want to point out anything like down power lines, flooding areas, pets, anything like that, use the app. We really need 911 not tied up with non-emergency calls. Please use the app for non-emergency calls. That way it frees up 911 responses to get to our emergency services in case we have some real emergencies. So, and the app is always available to you. And if you have to use 911, again, make sure it's for an emergency, life-threatening emergency. So I'm just checking my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything that I wanted to kind of cover. I'm hoping to
Closing at 2.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm hoping everybody remains safe. Like I said, if you don't have any reason to get out in the storm, please don't get out. Unfortunately, we have, for whatever reason, people get out every time a storm comes here. They want to get out and take pictures and talk to Public Works and all those things. That's just not smart. Please stay inside your homes if you can. I understand those that have to work. Fully understand that. But once you get done with work, please go ahead and head home. I think the storm is projected right now to be here around 1:30, 2 o'clock, and probably pass through by 5 o'clock. So that's still a long time frame. But hopefully the rain, like I said, is not too intense. It does appear we'll get a lot of rain. So we're going to try to be our best for this. City Hall itself, we're closing at 2 o'clock today for non-essential personnel. Everybody else will be working, trying to make sure we do what we can do to keep the city safe and as water-free as possible. So again, if you need to contact City Hall after 2 o'clock, please use the app. You can pay online still. You can call any issues still. And back to my earlier comment, for those non-emergencies, you can use the app as well. So we'll be closed at 2 o'clock, trying to get out here and mitigate potential adverse weather we might be facing here in a little bit. Like right now, I'm hoping that the weather is not too adverse. I'm hoping it'll pass through here kind of quickly. But if not, we are prepared as best we can be. So I don't see too many questions out here in the chat. So I'm going to repeat myself one more time just to make sure those who just came on heard some of my comments, then I'll sign off. So again, we're expecting some heavy winds, a lot of rain here about 2 o'clock to about 6 o'clock. And doing so, we had this same storm. It's baffling. We had the same storm this same time last year, as I remember, and we had some flash flooding. Today, the Public Works Department and police and fire, we're trying right now to do all we can to mitigate those potential flood areas. I'm not going to say we're going to be able to stop them, but we're trying to do everything we can to mitigate them. So with that, I'm asking for your help. So again, if you're up here in the downtown area, which has been our lowest area, please move your vehicles. That's especially from Mary Street down Albany Avenue, all those vehicles, that area or those buildings. I would say put your sandbags up right now, move your vehicles to other locations. And if you can depart early in those areas. That's the main area. That's the biggest part of our canal that comes through. And if there's going to be any flood, it's going to be right there. Next, we do have a lot of flooding on Memorial, kind of right there in front of Walmart in the parking lot. That comes for a lot of various reasons as well. So if you can avoid that area, please do. But fully understand if you got to go there to get supplies or something in that nature. But definitely try to avoid that area. Again, run your pets inside. We don't need any pets out here in the rain or the elements. They don't have to be. Please bring them inside. Again, use your sandbags, especially if your home is below the water table or the street table. So if you walk out your door and you can see the street edge, you're probably below the street edge. So that's an ideal place to have sandbags. That's probably the best thing you can do and most effective thing you can do to prevent water from entering your home. And again, this is a big one. Please avoid driving through flooded areas. I'm not sure what happened the last flash flood or anytime we have a lot of rain. A lot of citizens get stuck in water. And again, it only takes about 4 inches to strand you in a puddle of water. If you can't see the street or the curb, definitely don't drive in there. But, if you can avoid it, just avoid it. That means avoid the downtown area, all the way up to Plant Avenue, places like that where the water can kind of build up. Now, our drainage system, if you saw my post before, we can move 6 to 8 inches of water easily if the river is down. But right now it's very higher than it normally is this time of year. So that means the water is going to kick back somewhat. And when that happens, that kind of starts to flood in certain areas. Again, City Hall is closing at 2 o'clock today for all our non-essential personnel. But the app is up and running if you want to pay bills, get questions answered, anything of that nature. If you can, don't call 911 unless it's emergency. Use the app. it just allows our emergency service to perform better when you give them freedom of calls when you call stuff that's not non-essential. And with that, we'll keep updates posted every hour. Starting at 2:00, we talk about the location of the storm. You can check the city website. You can check the county website. You can check the
App.
the app. You can check the weather app, the weather Facebook page. Mr. Daniel and a few other sources. I think the news down in Jacksonville, they're gonna run some stories as well today about the weather. So you can check all those resources out to keep up with the storm. But again, we're asking everybody to be safe and secure out there. Watch out for your neighbors. As I mentioned last week at the update, if you got elderly neighbors, please go ahead and check on them, especially if they're in those potentially flood areas. You check on them. We're going to do it ourselves, but we're very limited on what we can do. And with that, if I don't have any questions here, I'll stay on a few more minutes, and then we'll break. And again, we've done a post on the city page and the city manager's page, kind of outlining what I've discussed about the storm coming in, and the steps we ask y'all to take to be safe. Look at some. I see some people coming in through my. Okay. Yeah, so I forgot to mention. So somebody texted me about the strong winds and tornadoes. Yes, there is a tornado watch out as well. There are strong winds. If you look at the bottom of that post I put out there, they got gust winds. That means won't be the wind the whole time, but gust winds mean every now and then it might be up to, I think it said 50 miles per hour. So yes, that's dangerous. Again, so it can potentially be strong winds, meaning trees being knocked down and power lines being knocked down. And once again, in those cases, we're asking you, if you're around that area, just simply call it in. Don't do any inspections. Don't go up to the tree. Don't go up to the power line. Please call the police, fire, public works, and we'll take care of it. But right, you're right, citizen. There's potential for tornadoes. Again, we are hoping and praying that the tornado does not touch down here. But if it does, we will react best we can. And again, just stay indoors. There's no need for you to be outside during that time frame. All right. With that, I want to say thank you for kind of chiming in for this quick update. And again, I'm asking everybody to be safe, safe and sheltered. If you can, stay in your homes, stay off the roads. If you're in a downtown area or those areas I mentioned flooding it, please move your vehicles, especially those businesses that have business vehicles. Go ahead and move those if you can as well. Avoid the parks and the canals. I forgot to mention that earlier. There's no need to be taking pictures of the canal or those low-level park areas because you potentially put your life in danger. So we know how all this works already. We know we got potential flooding. So we are aware of that stuff. So be part of the solution. Help us keep each other safe. And hopefully we'll come through this like we always do because we've done the work. And with that, I'll sign off and y'all have a good day. Once again, stay safe and stay sheltered. Thank you.